I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And now we welcome to the show Kayuki Arcticus. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Kayuki Arcticus, Iriam's Ice Dragon Prince. I happen to be the only one because no one else has showed up.
You've locked the door when you came in. Make sure nobody else.
Yep, I'm the only Ice Dragon Prince. There was a dragon for a while, but he disappeared.
Yes.
So now I think there's other dragons. I just haven't met them. But I'm the only Ice Dragon.
The only one. There might have been another one, but don't look at the bloodstains over there. Everything is just
so true.
Don't be digging up anything now, okay? Everything's fine.
Don't worry, I know how to hide a body. I've watched enough crime videos.
Oh my gosh. My wife does too, and I just tell her at this point, she keeps get on me, you should get more insurance on yourself. Like, okay, hun, but if it happens, just make sure there's no pain, okay? While I'm asleep. Sometimes you just have to play it as it lies.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. It's going to happen, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to interview as many people as I can. Stay out of our way.
Yeah.
So how did you get started with the VTuber thing?
Well, I just debuted in July, through Iriam, but liking VTubers in general, I started liking VTubers a couple of years ago. It was when Dopio Drop Scythe debuted, and when I discovered him, that was like, this dude was like, he was quirky, he was weird, and I was like, oh my god, I can be a VTuber. Because I've always had a love for movie industry and a lot of entertainment industry, because I've always been a very social, very like performing person. And so it was like, I've always sat there and I was like, I didn't know what to work in. I went through so many different careers, like which one would work? And then I saw VTubing and saw they do a little bit of everything, and I'm like, that's what I want. Because I have so many skills I've picked up trying to learn a little bit of everything.
You're a dragon of all trades, huh? So you can a
lot of art trades.
Yes. Some of them you don't want to remember, but you still have them, just in case. So you were somebody who liked to get up on stage then.
Yes, I definitely didn't do it nearly as much when I got older, because high schoolers are kind of mean.
Yes. Yes, they still are.
I very much always loved being on the stage. I loved singing. I was in choir.
Yeah.
I did band for a year or two, but choir was one of my biggest ones, and I sang a lot.
Yeah.
And even though nowadays I don't have opportunities to go on stage, I still absolutely love singing in front of people. I sing at work all the time.
Yeah.
I don't really have an issue with going out in the public and being like seen by people and stuff like that on stage. I wish I could do it more.
I'm gonna go hide in the corner, okay? Because I can't do that. I can't get in front of people and do that.
No, I'm a very like outgoing person. I'm the one who drags all my friends to events.
Kicking and screaming and grabbing the ground as they go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never been able to get up. Well, recently I've been a lot better at it, but when I was younger, I couldn't get up in front of 10 people and talk. I could go on the radio and talk to 1,000 people, but if I saw the people then I couldn't do it. So you didn't have a problem with that?
No, not at all. I am a person who can literally find a bunch of people at a convention and talk to a complete stranger with no hesitation. I have had so many friends that I just hop in VC with them for the first time ever, and it's like we've talked forever. There is no hesitation.
Well, the Irium stuff is perfect for you, isn't it? And I mean,
yes, perfect.
You got, first of all, on Irium, you have to talk, and
yes, that's the only thing you really can do.
Yeah, well, and you have to be interesting enough for people to stick around and come back for more. So when you found out, when did you find out about Irium, first of all?
Well, the first time I ever found out about Irium is when they first started.
Yeah.
I saw the teasers for Otohara Rio,
Uh-huh.
and there was a big joke going around because he was a pink twink, and and a bunch of Roscoe's fans, because Roscoe went on vacation,
Yeah.
a bunch of his fans were like, "Ooh, new pink twink," and went to go check out Rio. And then, so once he debuted, everybody was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch this dude." And so I started watching him in Orphe, and then I wanted to apply for the longest time, but I kept putting it off because I was like, "No, there's no way they'd want me. I'm not good enough at it."
Ah,
And then I finally was like, it was they were about to close the founding streamers. I was like, screw it, let's do it. And then I literally got an email like within an hour of applying.
before you're even finished with the application, they call it. They've
Well, as
been.
soon as I finished the application, it was about an hour after I finished the application. They were like, okay, well, you've got an interview.
Did you have to do a kind of like a audio montage or something to do it, or?
Yes, I did an audio thing. I happen to be a person who talks very fast
Mm-hmm.
and can get a lot of things covered in one time. So I had to re-record my audition about 7 times because I was talking so fast I kept ending it too soon. It needed to be 3 minutes long, and everything that could have been 3 minutes long was about a minute long.
Yes. Oh, we could have used you in radio, that's for sure. Because we had
Yeah, I'm a
so
fast talker.
well, we had so many, salespeople. They don't know what time is, so
Yep.
they'll give you a commercial script that's a minute and 20 seconds long, and they want you to fit it in 30 seconds.
Yep.
So we end up talking about it, and you just don't understand what's going on. We would just give you the script and say go.
Yeah, yeah, I could read it. I could do it. I definitely am one of a fast talker, especially when it's something I get excited about or I have high energy. I just run.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "What the hell did you just say?"
Well, there's talking fast and there's being able to be understood fast.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk too fast, and people are like, "I did not hear a word you said."
You hear the audience just crashing and burning along the way. Like, oh, lost them all that time. Keep up. Try to keep up, folks. So when you turned on the microphone to do your first streaming, what were you nervous, or were you just like, I'm ready for this? I've
Um,
been ready my entire life.
I was nervous for sure. I mean, everybody's nervous their first time doing something like this, but I had again, I get through things so fast. I had a full like script and planned out for the entire stream, and I finished in like 30 minutes, everything on my notes. I was like, well, shit, what are we doing for the rest of the stream?
This was supposed to be a
But I
24-hour
had
stream.
myself, yeah, I had myself a little intro and stuff written out of what I was gonna say and stuff, and how I was gonna introduce my character and stuff like that.
This was supposed to be a 24-hour stream, and I'm done in 30 minutes. What the heck?
Yeah,
What do I do now? Read it again.
yeah.
So, so, so once you got in, I mean, it took you a little while. Obviously, it takes anybody a little while to get used to it. But being in there, and then not only having what you had prepared, but now you've got people to talk to.
Yep.
How did that go off the bat? Were you able to settle right into that real quickly?
Oh yeah. I made friends super fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that were more just like talking to them in general. There's a few people that I like talk to immediately off the bat, but a lot of my friends I have right now that come and talk to me all the time are early access streamers who debuted after me,
Mm.
and it's just literally they were just so active in my chat that I started talking to them. And one of them is actually, pretty much I would call her my VTuber best friend basically
Mm.
because she is literally there for almost everything. I just collab with her collab with her pretty much once a week.
And that is?
That's Baps.
Oh, yes. We will be talking with
She's the one who
Babs.
actually turned me on to. She's like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
should go talk to this guy."
Yeah. Yes, Baps is scheduled, and that will happen. I usually don't promo because things can happen between now and then, but sooner or later, we will. Baps will be on.
Yeah,
I promise. I'm going to catch all of the Irium streamers eventually, but you keep
yeah. There's a
adding
lot of
people.
amazing people on there.
You keep adding people. It's not fair. I can't
Yep.
catch up. There's only one of me.
Urium has too many.
There's
It's
only
like,
one.
oh my god, there's so many of us.
There's only one of me and so many of you. It's not fair.
Yeah,
I start doing 2 and 3 at once.
yeah.
So, is Irium the? Do you stream on any other platform other than Irium?
As of right now, only Irium because I do not have a PC to stream elsewhere. I hope
Hmm.
to get one sometime soon because I want to be able to stream games and stuff because I really like visual novels
Yeah.
and story heavy games.
Oh, you would be.
So
Oh,
I hope to stream those one day.
oh, you got to let everybody know because I want to see you streaming a visual novel.
Oh, I would play the visual novels with all the really sexy characters. I so badly want a PC because there's a there's an otome game coming out too.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because I like visual novels and otomes, but there's an otome coming out that Doppio's is the voice actor for one of the characters, and I need that game so badly. But I need a PC to play it.
Well, you can get the game now. and
True,
it,
true. But then everybody's gonna share spoilers, and I'm like, I
that's
want to hear it for the first time.
that's true. That's true. That's dumb spoilers. And the
I'll just
I,
have one of my friends screen share it to me.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, uh, yeah, was anything tough for you getting started? Because it really does sound like this is in your wheelhouse.
I'd say the tough thing is the fact that I would say like I saw my first debut, a lot of people showed up, and a lot of those people never came back.
Mm,
Um, I do think I actually have an issue with the fact that people enter my stream, hear my voice, and immediately leave because I have a very feminine voice despite being a male.
mm,
And so I think a lot of people leave with that, and I sit there and I'm like, oh, you didn't even give me a chance to speak, and I was just that's a little hard. But I just embrace what I love.
yeah,
I do streams on things I love.
yeah. That's that's one thing that I ask people, and it's tough for me because I don't have this. I mean, I'm I'm not dealing with the same situations that you are here, but to be on and have that happen to you over and over again, is that how how does that affect you?
Um, it doesn't affect me that badly. In the moment, I can be sad about it, but in the end, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I stream every single day for at least 2 hours a day. I've actually gotten in the top rankings for stream time because I stream too much. My friends look at me and they're like, "Are you okay?" I
You
never
are,
let it stop me because I just have fun. I get to
yeah,
talk about the things I love.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. People get a chance to present themselves no matter however they want on as VTubers. Um, uh, but there's still sometimes it used to be if you were a face tuber, they'd look at you and then they'd make their decisions based on that. But now they're kind of doing that with a voice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for me. They probably are imagining like this old troll under a bridge or something, and that's not fair because I don't like bridges. The old troll part, yeah, I can't, and then I'm not denying that part. And the bridges, no, I'm not dealing with any bridges. Um, so yeah, if you can get past that, it still comes down to a personality thing to bring people back, and it sounds like you got that in Aces here. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah. I'm a very social person.
yeah. And when you do get people coming back, how does that hit you? How does that make you feel?
I feel so happy with it. I actually do have about 3 people that show up every single stream and never miss one, and
Hmm.
they're not friends, which is what makes me really excited because friends show up because they're friends.
Yeah.
But like having people that aren't my friends that are literally just people who genuinely like watching me showing up every single stream feels
Yeah.
so nice to see, even if it's just 2 or 3 people.
Mm. Yeah. It's and when you consider that you're probably never going to meet these people
Hmm.
or even see their faces, more than likely,
Yeah.
and that they're scheduling themselves around what you're doing, and now you're responsible for that. It's everything. Now I'm trying to put extra pressure on you. Now you're responsible for all of their happiness. Um,
I can do that.
you're fine with it. That
Yeah.
just
I
like
like making people happy. That's one of the reasons I do this is because I actually get a genuine joy out of putting smiles on others' faces.
isn't that something? It's knowing that you can entertain people and make their day better some way, hopefully.
Hmm.
Um, that is, it's like a superpower in a way.
Yeah.
You don't really know what that person is going through, and you, as someone who enjoyed watching VTubers, you probably got that as a viewer sometimes, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely picked up a lot as a viewer. I picked up a lot of like how to be more charismatic in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been a very charismatic person. I've always been very. I've worked in retail for so long. I've learned how to figure people out and how to know what to say to make people happy.
Oh, so there isn't much that can be thrown at you now that you haven't heard before.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you work retail, you deal with enough people to know how to handle things.
Uh, I want to talk to your boss. Well, no. Next.
Oh, I have this motto of be as nice as possible to them because then they feel bad later and call back and apologize. I've had that happen so many times where they feel so horrible that they call back and apologize because I was so nice to them.
Oh no, I'm never that nice. I sometimes I give him the smiling automaton treatment type of thing. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Smile.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come back sometime that isn't 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Sorry, the chief of police isn't in at 10 o'clock on Sunday night, and I'm not calling to wake him up. You're gonna have to call in about your dog tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. But retail, you've got. I mean, you're dealing with everybody, and you don't have a
Yep.
choice. You don't get to run away. So I mean, it. I don't think there's going to be much as a VTuber you're going to have that's going to be different.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah, other than not being able to
Honestly,
see them.
anything that they can throw at you as a VTuber is not going to be nearly as bad as a Karen can throw at you.
Oh, oh, that's it. It gets to be insane. I'm glad I never really did a retail job. Um, being a talk
I've been
show.
in this stuff for like 10 years,
Oh,
almost. Actually, I think
oh,
it's been 8 years.
oh. That's 8 years. It feels like 80.
Yeah.
That's it, and it just it was. I try to be. I'm not always a perfect person. I'm only mostly a perfect person. Um, but when I see somebody start to get dressed down by a customer who's an idiot, and and I just want to walk over and like, sir, you're an idiot. And sometimes if I'm not too worried about getting punched in the face while doing it, maybe I will do that. But um, it's just I see the looks of the faces of somebody who is on their very last nerve. As someone working in retail, you see the eyes start twitching a little bit. You know,
Yeah, I've had that.
yeah. And you're like, okay, they're going to do something really bad. Either I'm going to help them or I'm going to get as far away from them as possible.
Well, I've had times where I've looked at a customer and I've just been like, if I wasn't a nice person, I would have already screamed at this person.
Well, I mean, it's, and I imagine management has your back.
Oh, yeah. I've had one where I wasn't even doing anything wrong. The customer was just pissed we didn't have anything in stock. And she went up and told my manager that I was rude. And my manager was like, no, he wasn't. Didn't even question it or anything. Was like, no, he wasn't.
Well, how do you know you weren't even there? Go away.
My manager knew me for like 5 years and
Yes.
was like, nah, that's not him.
I've had it a few times where people come in and you know that you're right, and not only that, but you have the memo in front of you that tells you you're right,
Yeah.
and you just like, and they say, "Oh, I'll talk to your boss about that." And go right ahead. Here's he'll be in exactly at this time, and here's his phone number. And you hand it to him, and you're just very. They start looking at you like, "Are you nuts? You actually gonna let me
Yeah.
do this?" Yeah, I want to see the look on his face. You are absolutely. This is so much in your wheelhouse. This Irium stuff. I mean, it's like it was built
Oh,
for you.
yeah, definitely.
It's like it was built for you. Uh,
Oh
That
yeah, Irium's definitely great because a lot of the stuff I like to do is mostly words anyway.
yeah, mostly words, like what word games and stuff.
No, I do world building and role plays.
Oh,
So I
world
actually
building.
do world building
I
streams.
thought you said
Yep,
word.
I've been doing world building for about 8 years. I've been
Ooh.
doing world building and creating worlds and stuff, and so I've actually created a custom one with my chat. Started from a basic concept in when I debuted, and since then we built it into a usable one for a D&D campaign.
Ah, there you go. I've been talking to a lot of folks who start off with D&D stuff, and
Oh
my
yeah, I'm not too much of a dungeon master, but Baps is, so Baps is gonna actually use that world for a D&D campaign at some
oh
point.
oh my gosh, my D&D history was way back in the one book days. We only had a couple of characters that we could choose from, and we didn't have like half half elf, half dragon, half toasters. We didn't have any of that stuff. Um, we had humans and half
Oh yeah.
orcs and just the regular four stuff, and it was fun then. I can't even imagine what it'd be like now.
I know. I do a lot of really custom stuff with like custom species that I came from scratch and stuff,
Oh,
and different things like that.
ah, so you don't do very much DMing.
No, I have not yet. I'm hoping now that I'm friends with Baps that
Mm,
I'll be doing a lot more because I have a campaign I made for my birthday, like not a campaign, but like a world
yeah.
that I made for my birthday with chat, and it was just like a couple hours, and then that was it. We worked on it for like a small short one, and
Ah,
Baps is gonna co-DM with me so I can learn how to be a DM.
there you go. There you go. We love to
Yeah, because
torture.
all I've really done is I've developed my ability by role playing with one specific person who's also very good at role playing and
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. And so I've built worlds with him where I built like custom stuff. And so that's all I really have is being a DM for one person. I've never been a
Ah,
DM for a group.
yeah. Well, you seem more of
That's
an
where I've got to learn.
you seem more of an idea man anyway. I mean, that the
Mhm.
so now that if you can cross that over, then not only could you be world building, but you could also be world building for some of those games that you like to play.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is like a dream is to be able to create a world for either someone's lore or for a game. That
Yeah.
would be amazing because I can do it. I
Oh,
mean, hell, the one I made with chat is literally like it could be a video game
yeah.
is what it is. It's literally got fantasy creatures, it's got different levels and stuff, it's got a final boss
Whoa.
and background legends and lore. It's like it could totally be a video game.
So, have you ever been a writer?
Um the type of writing I do is fan fictions. But
That's still writing.
yes.
That's still writing. I don't care
Yes,
what
it's
anybody
still
says.
writing.
If
No,
people
the
have
funniest thing is I did horrible in English class. I actually almost failed English class, but somehow once I became an adult, I just became a fanfic writer and then I just started writing all the time. And I actually
Whoa.
had a long-standing fanfic that was like so long. It was like the reason on my other account I had almost 1,000 followers because everybody loved it. And it wasn't even like in an SFW one. It was just genuinely a good story that everybody loved.
Well, see, there you go. I mean, sometimes it's just in you, and to do something like that, and
Yeah.
in sometimes it's like people you hear about artists going to art school and just getting the art beat out of them, because you got to do
Yeah.
this and that and the other thing. Sometimes you just gotta you're outside the envelope and you don't need to go back in with stuff like this. Um, I look at Douglas Adams as a writer, and are you familiar with Douglas Adams? Hitchhiker's
Sounds
Guide to the
familiar, but
Galaxy.
I'm bad at picking stuff up top of my head.
Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was his. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and his style was absolutely off the boards. It was Monty Python times a million, and I crack up thinking about his books. Um, and I would love to have a style like that, but it's not something that they would teach at
Oh,
school. And they
I
would,
do think one of the things with school was that they just didn't teach you enough creative writing wise. If they'd let me do more creative writing, I would have done better in class.
yeah.
I hated being forced to write something specific. I wanted to write something creative. I wanted to write what I thought of, not what they wanted me to think of.
There you go. Yeah, that's the thing too. And when you get I took a short fiction class in college because I had to. Um, and since I was taking radio broadcasting classes, you have to take English stuff, and I hated every moment of it. But they gave us a 2.5 page story and said write 10 pages on it. And
That sounds, I don't, it depends on the story. I could do it, but it would depend on the story. It'd have to be interesting.
I don't even remember what the story was about, but by golly, I compared that to absolutely everything my eyes saw over the next couple of days. This was I made allegories. I got the paper back, and there were entire pages xed out with the word "no" on it, and I got a B. I was happy. Like,
Well, at least you got
yay!
to be.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's good. Just I've already got a job. I just need the paper, so get me out of this class.
Yeah.
And I was like, you xed out 3/4 of my report and gave me a B. It must have been pretty good. Um, so,
Yeah.
but here you get a chance to be, um, you have to be creative almost immediately on you. You have to like ad lib, don't you, while you're doing this on Irium?
Yeah, Irium definitely makes you be creative.
Mm,
It definitely is cool when I get a lot of people coming in for the world building stuff, which really helps feel like when people have ideas and stuff.
yeah,
But you got to get creative when no one's there too.
yeah,
You got to think about it yourself and be able to create it on your own too.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. When no one's there, and you gotta come up with something and give them something to come to,
Yeah,
and you gotta be able to get inside your own mind and find some of these things. And some people like me, my mind is a terrible thing. I don't want to get too
yeah.
lost in it for too long. So with the world building and with the D&D stuff coming up, do you see possible D&D streams in the future for you?
Oh, most definitely. I will
Yeah,
definitely host ones. I'd love to host ones in my world that I make and like stuff I make. I'd love to host stuff and things other people make. I want to learn how to be a DM so I can do them. I know
yeah,
I'm going to be participating as a player in one of BAPS in a bunch of BAPS's different ones. So we have one coming up.
yeah.
But otherwise I would love to DM my own as well because I've been technically what I've been doing with my roleplay partner has been DMing, but it's just one player.
Right, right.
And I've basically been DMing.
Yeah, yeah. We used to torture our DM as much as possible. We had. I mean,
Oh,
I
don't worry,
go ahead.
my player he's got me figured out. He knows how to suggest things and point things in specific directions to get me to think I came up with what he thought of.
Ah, that's very good.
So like I came up with this idea and I'm like, dude, our idea matched up. And he's like, that's because I hinted towards it enough that you thought it was your idea. It's like, damn it, he got me. He's been my friend for like 8 years. And he has me figured out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what do you do after that? You just accept it and maybe put your name on it and steal it.
Yep.
That's I'm I'm almost 60 years old. I don't have much time to be creative. I'm just going to steal stuff now, okay? You young people can be creative for some more dozens of years left.
Yeah.
You'll come up with something different. That the we would I had a friend have a friend of mine who was at the IQ of like 6,000, and he's in the party with me, and of course I'm a jerk. So we would get together and just fluster every single trap the DM had for us. He was so mad. We would
Oh,
carry.
I've had my roleplay partner figure me out. He I've tried to kill off a specific person,
Yeah.
and he figured out that a character could bring that person back to life.
Oh.
And fucking found a loophole, and I couldn't say no to it
Yeah.
because that person that could bring them back to life owed him a favor.
Oh.
So I couldn't say no. And so I
Oh.
was like, well, this character's alive now.
That's when you just start
It was
rolling
supposed to
dice.
wipe out an entire species.
Yeah.
He was the last of his kind, and he was supposed to die. And now his kind is repopulating because then I was like, well, shit, what do we do with this? All right, we're gonna find a female version of the species,
Yes.
and then we can recreate the species because I can't kill him off now.
Oh my gosh, we were carrying dead bodies around, and and remember this is a very very basic Dungeons and Dragons. So we'd open a door and throw the body in, which would set off all his traps, and then we just walk in.
I mean, that actually works.
Yeah.
If you're willing to carry a dead body everywhere, that works.
Yeah, we throw him in there, and finally he says, "Yeah, well, the body fell apart." I said, "Okay." So the next thing we kill, usually there's another something around the corner, and then we carry that around and start throwing it. We had one set up where there was a body of water, and there was like a water god or something underneath it. I said, "Okay, well, we poured some oil on top of the water and set it on fire." And then the god,
it works.
and they're like, "What? What?" And the god is, he came up and died because he's susceptible to fire. We didn't have to attack him; he's dead. Oh, he was so mad. But
it may make the DM mad, but it's fun when there's people that are creative like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. And there was no way. My friend's name was Fuzz, and I'd known him since I was 4 years old. You can't get around Fuzz. This guy learned chess in 15 minutes, and I'm like, he's just scary. if just let him do what he wants. So when you got on and decided you were going to do this, was a big factor in it having an avatar, or could you have done it without the avatar?
It is having an avatar in the fact that I love playing characters and creating lore and stuff like that, and I think having an avatar allows me to showcase that creativity on it by being able to create lore for that avatar and having extensive lore, including making this one specifically connected to one of my worlds that's from a roleplay. So he's from that world that's extremely developed. That world's been worked on for 8 years. There's a lot going on that honestly chat may never know about because it's not related to this character.
But we get a chance now to, as an audience, we get to hear your creativity and help be a part of it, which is something that without these media, I guess it is, we wouldn't have been able to do it for yourself and all these other folks. We are in a very opportune time for this type of thing, and I hope people realize that and don't take advantage of it too much. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking. But here, what would you be doing if you didn't do this? How would you be able to get that creativity out if you weren't on now with Irium?
In the future, I may have written books about what I have. But as of before that, I was just doing the role plays in general. But I'm also a very impatient person. Like my role play partner, he's a guy with kids and he's got kids, he's got a family, he's got a job. He's very busy.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's not always available, and I'm sitting there replaying everything I've come up with in my head. I've got months worth of stuff that's going to happen in this story planned out, and we're nowhere near that stuff happening.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
Because he takes so long to respond, I just keep cooking up more content.
Well, it's like sometimes I have trouble sleeping. I have working shifts all over the place for 60 years will do that to you. But when I'm not, I'm like writing short stories in my head. And then improving on them later. Now, will I ever write them down? Probably not, because heck, I won't even write a check to the bank.
Most of my stuff's not written down.
Yeah, I won't even write a check to the bill collection agency at this point. That doesn't have anything to do with being lazy. It's just not having money. But this, but you get a chance to think and refine and work on other other things in your mind. But here you get a chance to actually let that out to people, and you don't seem to have a problem with that, showing people what you've done. How do you
Oh
get
yeah,
over that? How do you get over that, or have you ever had a problem with it?
I've never had a problem with it. I have always been honestly before VTubing, I would talk my family's ear off, telling them about the worlds I've created and how the role plays are going.
Yeah,
And honestly, a lot of them found it very annoying. And I could tell they did. They just were too nice to say something. And that's why it's so nice being in this now because now I can tell people who actually enjoy listening to it
yeah.
about it. Like I have streams I do where I talk about one of the role plays I have going on. That's like an alchemist cyberpunk crossover.
Ooh,
And I talk about that, and I'm actually like telling the story of what's happened so far
yeah.
in that one because I'm talking about what the how the role play is going.
Now I got to ask you about this. When you're coming up with something from scratch, or do you come up with an idea from scratch, or do you come up with an idea based upon an idea you've already had?
It depends. So a lot of times my ideas are inspired by art I find.
Mm-hmm.
I will find something and be like, "Ooh, that's cool," and then I'm like, "Ooh, what if I made this?" Like the world I've been working on with chat.
Mm.
I was randomly on Pinterest, and Pinterest likes to recommend monsters to me and creatures. And I saw this like manta ray thing floating through the sky, and I was
Mm.
like, "What if we did like sea creatures in the sky?" And then I
Mm.
started going more, and I'm like, "Okay, well, what more can we do with this?" And I started thinking about it, and then I ended up creating the thalassic heavens, which is the sea heavens, basically. And
Mm.
that's what I've been building with chat. Is just based off of the simple idea of seeing a monster, and I was like, "That's a cool monster. Let's make a world about it."
Mm. You are creative.
Yeah, I can do a lot. I mean, I like incorporating scientific stuff. Like me and chat, I had a role play idea and I needed chat to help me build the world for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we literally used scientific aspects to come up with the site with how the environments connect,
Mm-hmm.
including the fact that the desert that has acid rain, the rain drains into the caverns, creating acidic caverns. And
Mm.
then there's a canyon that leaches arsenic into the water, and that water drains into the caverns, creating those caverns to be filled with arsenic gas. Because when you mix acid with arsenic, it creates arsenic gas.
So whoever goes to those caverns, they'd be dead.
Oh, I'm so planning literally to have my when my roleplay partner goes into those caverns, the first thing I'm gonna do is do everything I can to get him to light a torch because arsenic gas is extremely flammable.
You can't see. You really, really can't see. And all you've got is a match and a piece of
Yep,
wood.
it's
It's
super cold. You can't see, and it's like there's you can't go anywhere without being able to see anything. And it's like he's gonna be an. I'm gonna do everything I can to get him to light a torch because I want him to blow himself up. I won't kill him, but I want him to blow himself up.
and it's got your flashlight doesn't work. And
Oh,
um
he doesn't have a flashlight in
yeah,
this.
yeah,
He didn't have any technology. He got thrown into a random weird world with a bunch of weird creatures trying to kill him.
yeah.
Every single environment in this world is trying to kill him.
It sounds like my job. He got thrown into my job. How did that happen? I hope he doesn't take my. But it really that's that type of stuff. That takes a very fertile mind. I mean, to do something like that and be able to come up with the details. I mean, people get
Oh yeah.
ideas all the time, but then hammering out the details of something like that. And another one thing is, do you ever get done with the world?
No, there's always something new to add. There's
Yeah.
never a finishing of it. My world that my character Kayuki is from is a very good example of that.
Mm,
This world has actually been developed from multiple role plays with multiple people,
mm,
and the storyline doesn't end. Things happen in the background. So one role play, the king died.
mm,
So in the other role play, the king dies in the background.
mm.
He dies still, and he dies killed by someone else because he
Ah,
was killed by the person in the other role play.
okay.
And it's that concept of it all develops around itself, and there's a never ending. The story's always going.
Ah, so you kind of you interweave them a little bit, and and it's are they all are all your worlds interweaved one way or another?
Um, Not specifically. There I have talked to chat before. There is a specific creature that appears in every single world. it is not the same person, but
Yeah.
it is the same type of creature that appears in every single world.
Yeah.
Has the same abilities. It's slightly different in each one, but it appears in every world in some form or way. There is one world where like it actually is like a present main character,
Uh-huh.
but in most of the worlds, it's a background character that's barely noticed.
It's a frog.
It's actually a shapeshifter.
Oh well, it could be a frog then. And
Yeah, it could be.
so he's a
It mostly takes human forms because it eats humans.
well, that's inconvenient. I
Hmm.
remind me not to meet that particular character anytime in the future.
It's actually quite nice.
Eh,
It doesn't like to kill people. It kind of
Ah,
has to because it has to eat. But
well,
it's a very nice person.
it can be nice all they want as long as they're not sinking their teeth into my arm or something. It's you can be a little rude and not eat me. That would be nice. I could take a little bit of that. No, it's not that bad. Um, I'm just amazed at your creativity with this and the ability to pull all of that stuff in your head and then having the backbone and the self um, confidence to bring other people in on it. Uh,
Yeah.
that and for them to enjoy it, it has to be really fulfilling for you.
Oh, yes. Especially because I've dealt with for a very long time people being like just listening
Hmm.
and being like listening because they kind of had to because their family. They're like, oh, I gotta listen. I can't tell her to shut up. I can't tell them to shut up. And it's like, okay. It's like they listen anyway, but no one actually really cared that much.
Yeah, yeah. It's and yeah, yeah. That's like you go into the family reunions and they're like, oh, Eric, are you still doing radio? No, I've been out of it for 5 years. Yeah, keep going and do that radio job. You're doing a good job. Pat you on the head and go on to the next person.
Yeah.
I think I've been talked down to. But
Yeah.
yeah, but people who have that type of a um, creative ability don't always get a chance to have that blossom and show other people. I'm glad you've got that chance because it seems
Oh
like
yeah,
there.
I've got that chance. I think the biggest thing I have right now is I just need the group to find me. I
Mm,
know there's a group out there that would absolutely love everything I'm doing.
yeah,
It's just they haven't seen me yet.
yeah,
Once I'm seen by that group, I'm sure I'll take off. That's just what it is. It's the content I make is something that it's something that you don't see often.
right.
I don't see too many people do it, and so it's why it's like the group's got to come across you. There's people out there that love it,
Oh yeah,
just like I do. They just have to find it.
yeah. And then we're gonna have all the links for Kayuki on the description for this interview, and you've got to check out what he's up to because that's you've heard on this interview a mind that has got something special going on. Sometimes you just talk to somebody and you know that there's that little spark that some other people don't have, and I believe I've just talked to somebody for the last 40 some minutes who has that. Um, so we're gonna keep an eye on you.
Thank you.
Make sure you
I
don't.
hope to keep making good content and show people how much fun it can be to just create a story
Yeah,
and be able to tell that story and create that world.
yeah, and again, you got one of those voices that you can tell when they're smiling. So I can tell that how much you enjoy it. It really, it
Yeah, I have been smiling this entire
yeah.
time.
Well, it's that type of thing. People and you watched VTubers enough. You can tell when somebody's having a good time with it and when somebody isn't. Um,
Oh
and
yeah, very true. I can definitely tell.
and if you're enjoying yourself, then there's guarantee that most of the people listening are, or one or the other,
Yeah.
or they just want to throw, dirt in your Cheerios. So you just have to deal with it and call the manager over and have them kicked out or something. Call the police or something along those lines. Thank you so much for coming on, and please, if you get some of these, when you do get the visual novel going, and if you need like somebody to do like a radio voice, um, I know some people who really can do it well.
I'll hit you up if I need a radio guy.
Yeah. So somebody needs an old radio guy, right? Don't tell my wife.
Someone does. There's plenty of people out there who like radio voices.
Yeah, well, they don't like paying for them.
That's true. A lot of people don't like paying for things
Well,
nowadays.
yeah, well, you listen to a YouTube commercial with the AI voices, and I tell you, you can
Yeah,
hire
that's so bad.
you can hire an announcer to do that for a cheese sandwich, and if you can't afford that,
Yeah.
then your product must really, really suck. That's all I can tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy the real fake dog. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But
Oh
I am.
God, the one with the panda that looks like an actual panda moving, and then it's actually just a toy that looks nothing like it.
Yeah, yeah,
There's that
absolutely.
one and the
Yeah,
dog and the panda.
the dog, and there's a rabbit one too.
Oh, there's a rabbit now.
Yeah, there's a rabbit one too. Like and those look like the toys you get the distant niece and nephew that you don't really like. Look, here's a real
That's such a
toy.
good description.
Here's a toy that you're going to love for the rest of your life, and if you don't love it, I'm going to hate you. Here. Evil. Evil rears its ugly head.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a joy talking with you, and I want to do it again sometime. Okay, just let me know what's going on with.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here. It's really fun to talk.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.